Shams Charania reporting that free agent forward Jeremy Sochan is joining the New York Knicks.
He thought about it. Now he throws the lob. Sochan!
And taken away in the front court. This will be fun. Oh, another block for Sochan.
Not the only one that remembers Shake Milton's shot.
I remember the Green Monster dunking in Brooklyn.
February 11th, 2026. The San Antonio Spurs are 38-16. Second seed in the Western Conference. Victor Wembanyama is playing like an MVP. They're legitimate contenders. And on February 11th, they made a decision that has the entire NBA asking one question. San Antonio Spurs release Jeremy Sochan. Not traded, not sent to the G League, released. Jeremy Sochan, 22 years old, 9th overall pick in 2022.
The San Antonio Spurs select Jeremy Sochan from Milton Keynes, England, and Baylor University.
A former starter who was supposed to be part of the Wemby era. The Spurs got nothing in return. No picks, no players, no cap relief that matters. They just let him walk.
That shot. Vassell saves it. Here comes Jones ahead to Wembanyama. Sochan!
Down one, the foul call. Sochan's all by himself. And LeBlue dunks it.
3 days later, he signed with the New York Knicks. And on March 1st, the Spurs traveled to Madison Square Garden to face their former lottery pick for the first time. But here's what makes this fascinating. The Spurs didn't just give up on Sochan. They replaced him with someone better. Stephon Castle, 4th overall pick, averaging 16.5 points, 5.0 rebounds, and 7.0 assists. One of the best rookies in the league.
The San Antonio Spurs select Stephon Castle from the University of Connecticut.
Castle on the move, under the hoop, got it to go. Showed his versatility, his athleticism.
Today we're answering the question, did the Spurs make a smart basketball decision? Or did they give up on a 22-year-old too soon? June 23, 2022, the San Antonio Spurs select Jeremy Sochan with the 9th overall pick. He's 19 years old, 1 year at Baylor. Scouts love his versatility. He can guard multiple positions. He plays with energy. He's unselfish.
First road win of the season. Spurs go back on the road after this game. There's Reed. Oh, and Sochan denies him. Sochan was right there. Conley passed it back to Randall, but Sochan recovers.
His first 2 seasons are solid. 2022-23, 11.0 PPG, 5.3 RPG in 25.9 minutes. 2023-24, 11.4 PPG, 6.5 RPG in 27.5 minutes. He's not a star, but he's a valuable rotation player.
Sochan with the steal, and he lays it in. Welcome back.
Sochan again against Durant, and got it. And Kevin took a shot.
Versatile defender, high motor, the kind of player championship teams need. Then comes the 2024-25 season. His minutes start dropping. 27.5 minutes per game becomes 20, then 15, then 12.8. By the time the Spurs release him, he's averaging just 4.1 points and 2.6 rebounds in 12.8 minutes per game. From starter to garbage time in one season. So, what happened? 3 things. Factor 1, he couldn't shoot. Sochan shot 25.7% from 3 this season. In the modern NBA, if you can't space the floor, you're a liability, especially when you're playing next to a 7'4" center who operates in the paint. Every time Sochan was on the court with Wemby, the paint was clogged. Defenders could sag off him. The offense stalled. Factor 2, Stephon Castle emerged.
Take and bake. Steph Castle and one.
So with that nasty crossover right there, splits the turnstiles, and he's too strong. He's getting smarter.
Been outmatched on this one, Mike. When you consider Stephon Castle with the ability to go above the rim.
The Spurs drafted Stephon Castle 4th overall in 2024. And this season, he's been a revelation. 16.5 points, 5.0 rebounds, 7.0 assists per game, shooting 46.4% from the field. Castle can shoot, he can play make, he can defend, and most importantly, he fits with Wemby. The Spurs had to choose, keep developing Sochan or give Castle the minutes to grow. They chose Castle.
Wemby almost went backcourt. Castle drives up and under. Left in the frame. Barnes dishes. Castle hits from 3 with 1 second remaining in the half.
Factor 3. The Spurs are contending now. The Spurs aren't rebuilding anymore. They're the second seed in the West. They're trying to win. And when you're contending, you can't afford to give minutes to a player shooting 25% from 3 and averaging 4 points per game. So on February 11th, the Spurs made a decision. They released Jeremy Sochan. February 13th, 2026, 2 days after being released, Jeremy Sochan signs with the New York Knicks. The Knicks are 32-23, 5th seed in the East. They have elite offense, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges. And their defense, actually pretty good, ranked 10th in the league. So, why sign Sochan? 3 reasons. Reason 1, depth. The Knicks have been decimated by injuries over the past 2 seasons. They need bodies, they need versatility. Sochan can play the 3, the 4, or small ball 5. He gives them options. Reason 2, upside. Remember just last season, Sochan averaged 11.4 points and 6.4 rebounds. He's 22 years old. He's not broken. The Knicks are betting they can fix his shot. They're betting a change of scenery unlocks the player he was last year. Reason 3, it's a minimum contract. The Knicks signed him for the veteran minimum. If it doesn't work, they cut him. If it does, they got a former lottery pick for nothing. It's a zero-risk, high-reward gamble. And now the question becomes, can Sochan prove the Spurs wrong?
2-point lead coming the other way. There goes Sochan, gets a step.
Oh my goodness. Over Jared Jackson. Count the Sixers as well. Wembanyama catches, 2 steps, and the lob to Sochan.
March 1st, 2026, the San Antonio Spurs travel to Madison Square Garden. For Jeremy Sochan, this isn't just another game. This is the first chance to show the Spurs they made a mistake. But here's the reality. Sochan isn't starting for the Knicks. He's not getting 30 minutes. He's a rotating player, maybe 15 to 18 minutes off the bench. The Knicks have Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Josh Hart ahead of him. He's fighting for scraps. So, the March 1st game isn't going to be some Hollywood revenge story where Sochan drops 30 and embarrasses the Spurs. It's going to be a test. Can Sochan give the Knicks quality minutes? Can he guard Wemby when he's on the court? Can he knock down open threes? If he shoots 2 for 3 from 3, plays solid defense, and contributes 8 to 10 points in 15 minutes, that's a win. That proves he belongs. And it makes the Spurs wonder, could we have fixed this? But the March 1st game isn't really about Jeremy Sochan, it's about Stephon Castle. Because if Castle continues playing like this, 16.5 points, 7 assists, and elite defense, then the Spurs made the right call. Castle fits with Wemby, he spaces the floor, he creates for others. He's everything the Spurs need in a modern guard. And the Spurs are 38-16, they're contenders, they're winning. Sochan was averaging 4 points in 12 minutes. He wasn't helping them win. But here's the other side. Sochan is 22 years old. Players develop at different rates. What if this was just a slump? What if he needed more time?
Shot clock at 10. He'll turn, he'll spin, he'll lead. There's a block shot, beautifully done by Sochan.
To go. And there is Sochan right down the left.
Pascal Siakam didn't break out until he was 24. Jimmy Butler was a role player until 25. Kyle Lowry didn't make an all-star team until he was 28. What if the Spurs gave up on Sochan 1 year too early? And what if the Knicks, who have a track record of developing players, unlock something the Spurs couldn't? What if 2 years from now Sochan is averaging 15 and 8 for a playoff team? The Spurs will spend the next decade asking, should we have been more patient? So, here's the truth. We won't know who won this decision for at least 2 years. If Castle becomes an all-star, the Spurs made the right call. If Sochan revives his career in New York, the Spurs gave up too soon. But on March 1st, we'll get our first clue. when Jeremy Sochan steps on the court at Madison Square Garden and faces his former team for the first time. We will see if he still has something to prove. Alright, here's what I need from you. Did the Spurs make the right call? Type mistake if you think they gave up on Sochan too soon. Type upgrade if you think Stephon Castle is the better player. Type too early if you think we need to wait and see. I'm reading every comment, and after the March 1st game, I'm doing a full breakdown of what happened. The Spurs chose their future. On March 1st, we'll see if they chose right.